Karuch, the first question I wanted to ask is, what does Baba want of us? What would Baba want of us?
Well, the answer to that, according to what I have gathered from Baba, is everything of us, so that we are no more and He alone is. That is, to put succinctly, everything of us, mind, body, thoughts, words, speech, acts, actions, even the very thought of realizing our true self, everything just to be dedicated to Him. But how do we go after this? Baba said. He says, the first thing that you begin with is by loving me. I want nothing from you but your love for me, because I am love. And in my God-man's form, I am love personified. So all what I want from you at this stage, before you give your all, I want your love. And then it so happened that there was somebody, you see, around Baba at the time, and says, but how? How to love you? He says, well, when you fall in love with somebody, did anybody teach you how to fall in love with somebody? She says, no, I just fell in love. He says, well, then you have to fall in love with me. But then, through his compassion, he goes on, you see, dilating upon this theme of how to love me. And he said, it's not a joke to love me, because you will never be able to love me enough as I wish to be loved. For that you have to make a beginning first. You have to try to please me, you see. Then you will get the gift of my love. Love is the gift of God to man. Love in its truest sense. Love with a capital L. L-O-V-E. Love. That's a gift of God to man. And in order to earn the gift, you have to please Him. And the things that please Him, he says, how will you please me? He said. Well, he says, 3 things please me, he says. Think of things that you will not hesitate to think in my presence. Speak words that you will not hesitate to speak in my presence. Do things and act that you will not hesitate to do and act in my presence. And if you are able to do these 3 things, you'll please me. That involves constant companionship of Baba, that means. Whether Baba is physically present or not, it's immaterial to the one who is resolved to do these things to please Him. That means we must keep His company all the time. So then how will you keep my company, Baba says? Before you think of things that you will not hesitate to think in my presence, you must create my presence. How? By thinking of me. How will you start thinking of me? You make a start then. Just as a child has to make a start in order to learn the alphabets of the language that is to be taught to him. So the tutor or the parents, you see, just make the child begin. How? By repeating that one letter, A or Alif or A, that is the first letter in the alphabet, time and again, overlapping it once, again and again. So Baba teaches us as to how we should remember him, keep his company. So think of him. He wants us to think of him again and again. And the ways to think of him is to begin with, have a picture of Baba.